live. I hope we are live. I don't know why I keep doing this every time when I start, because I can't see anything. I only have one screen because I'm on the laptop. One day I should invest in a new monitor, but that will take some time. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, hello guys. Tasso here. And today, part 10 of Vampyr. I can't believe we're on part 10. God, part 10 of... I know the game said it was 30 hours long, but I think I'm definitely going way beyond 30 hours at this point, considering how much side tracking I'm doing and getting lost and stuff like that. But okay, enough about that. Let's not waste too much time and play it. Okay. Oh, something on... Oh no, it's just the screen. So last time we met Doris Fletcher and she killed herself, and there's some... They got a pre-one's obviously up to something, and just, yeah, pretty much like managed to find out what sort of happened in the West End. Today, I think today will probably be a lot of focus on side questing, because I do want to finish up the side quests. I do want to do all the side quests and explore everything this game has to offer. So that's gonna be fun. Alright. Here I am at the mansion. There was this eavesdrop thingy that I wanted to do. All recovered, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people I haven't met yet. Need to find this. I think I might do this journey to the past thing next. Okay, first let's do this. Time to do that. Eavesdropping. Casually dashing through some barrels. Dashing through the barrels in a one-horse open sleigh. Da 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 da. Oh, okay. Here? Okay, there. Around.
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Women of all countries unite.
Yes, lady. I want to eavesdrop on you. Please let me eavesdrop on you. Hey, Corey. No, I can't eavesdrop. Let me eavesdrop. Why you do this? Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, game? Don't dangle this possibility in front of me and then take it out. Okay, I'll just get back to you later, I guess. Let's do this quest. Journey to the past. I definitely want to learn more about Jonathan as well. Where's the second part of your father's testament? It's here. Okay. Nope. Okay. Corey, today is probably side quest day. I have to find... Whoa, what's going on here? Oh shit, level 29. I am doing a lot more damage now though, since I've upgraded my weapons. That's good. Let's see. Am I going through here? Yes, I can. Should be in the park somewhere. Whoa. Oh god, all this. Oh, nope, that's not what. Ow, ow, ow. Oh god, there was a lot of stun damage. See what, oops, no. Details. I've discovered part of my father's testimony. To investigate further, I may finally find why he disappeared all those years ago. Well, I mean, it would be nice if I have more clues. Love letter. Think tall, green grass and tall trees on sunny Sundays. Green grass and tall trees. Hey, hey, angry. Whoa, I did not notice you there. Oh god, there's a lot of you. I hope I can cheer you up somehow, angry, by fighting zombies and whatever. Oh shit! Ah! Oh, what is this sneak attack? The stun damage is massive though. Oh my gosh, this new stick is really doing wonders. I also need more blood capacity in the future. Keep that in mind. Ow. Ow. Stop doing that, old lady. Ow. Therapeutic in me fighting stuff and probably dying. That's something. Ah! Ow. Okay. Okay, have fun making food, Angry. Hope you get something nice to eat. I will try not to die in the meantime. Could it be the fountain? I mean, the fountain is always kind of the thing. A pavilion, maybe? No. Oh, there's a lot of blood. Take sturdy blood sample. This is a lot of blood. Who are you, dude? I assume I actually need to come here sometime in the future to find something.
Your prey is mine.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
You cannot win this. You're feeble.
Ow. Well, all this Kage Bunshi no Jitsu that's going. Kage Bunshi no Jitsu that's going on here. Ow.
This is. You're mine.
Ow. Oh, come on. Ow.
Don't you know better? Gotcha.
Hold on. There we go. Nope, that's going down to a place. I don't think the letter will be there. Would it? Maybe I should Google this. So I don't really want to Google it yet though. This feels like a letter hiding place, maybe? Wow, okay, that's a lot of blood. Hi, rats. This is probably a hideout of sorts. Okay, that doesn't.
There has been a fight here.
Oh,
I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps?
oh boy, yeah. Hopefully your sister won't blame you. Mistakes always happen. I found another side quest apparently.
What a mess. Something terrible happened here. But what?
First I shall... Yeah, I found a hideout. feel or okay, let's follow the blood trail. Whoa, ouch. I hate it when that happens. Where does the blood go? Pin letter. Louise, I'm sorry for what happened. Please come back. The city is too dangerous for you to be outside at night. It won't happen again, I swear. We don't want to speak to me anymore. At least let me know that you're fine.
Maybe there's a way to break into this house.
Okay. The blood just kind of ends here. Do I just go here instead? Guess so. I'm sure you'll be fine, Angry.
I cannot enter.
Oh wait, there's like actual blood. How do I go up? Can I even go up? She's in here. I can't go in.
It's locked, all right.
Nope. Can't go in here. Can't go in here either.
It's locked.
I need to go in from like the top or something. There we go. Let's teleport. There. I have found the way. Good double-barreled shotgun. casually finds a shotgun. This looks like a nice market. There we go. I have unlocked the way.
It's one of them!
Whoa.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Murdering monster!
The moment when my sword deals more damage than my ability. Welcome back, Angry. I'm mostly trying to focus on doing the side quests. Other than drinking blood, yeah. There's always going to be blood drinking.
Locked, all right.
Yeah, like the idea is probably going to do some side quests. Hopefully, finish up majority of the side quests that I have left in the game. Probably can't finish all because of my tendency to get lost everywhere. Yeah, side quests. I don't think I have that many left, honestly, at this point. Like, considering where I am now at this game, I'm pretty close to the end game, I think. Late game. I'm at late game, not at end game. Who is this poor dude?
More braille.
Oh, it's more brew.
I should bring this to Mason Swanborough.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting to find, but I'm not complaining. Door has been unlocked. Where is she? Is she like downs? Is she like downstairs? I have to go down to the thing I found earlier. I might have to, I guess. Oh boy. So yeah, I think seems to be a thing I have to go down. Hey dude, you suck. This is Dawson's mansion, okay. See, I thought she would be in here, but apparently not. I have a feeling she's like downstairs. She's like underground or something. Seems to be the only conclusion I can find. Oh, gosh. Okay. Time to run back to the hideout. The blood was here. Oh crap, where was that thing I saw? Where's that secret entrance that I saw earlier? Was it like, oh, is it supposed to go to the other way? Oh, that's probably the case because I came from the other way. Oh self, why you do this? Oh, was it the bodies I saw earlier? Is that it? That's probably it. Let me just check on these bodies to make sure. Well, they're not telling me anything. And those blood trails do lead down there, so I assume I have to go down here. Alright. Time to go exploring. Temple sewers. Yeah, I think she's definitely in here. Why there's so many sewers in this place? That's my main question. These sewers are so not. I hope your internet is okay, Angry.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Your blood is now
Whoa. Whoa, who are you, dude? Oh, okay. Well, I hope the internet is still okay. Oh shit, go away.
die.
Well, I hope it still fixes itself anyway, Angry. Ow. Ow. Ow, shit. This was a bad idea. Ow. Ow. Ah. Ow.
Give me your blood.
No, I don't want to give you my blood. How about no? God, I'm doing so little damage to him. Oh shit. Spider-Man movie? Yeah, maybe.
Show me your power, newborn. I will crush you.
How about no? I mean, Jonathan has a really good code, you can't deny that. Whoa, whoa, that was close. Okay, I'm just going to stab. Just going to stab him to death at this rate. Here, just in case. Heal again. I really need to upgrade my claws.
Kneel, traitor. No one.
Oh wait, I can use my shadow powers. That did a fair good. That did a good amount of damage. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh shit, that was a bad direction. Oh, okay, I'm out of stamina. Get that stamina back, get that stamina back. Oh. R.I.P. Angry. Respect the Lord of Escalon? I am from the Escalon Club, you moron. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, 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 shit.
No one can hide from Escalon.
I am from the Escalon Club.
You shall learn to respect.
Die! Whew. Well, that was a fight and a half. He did. Yep, he did. I did it somehow. There we go. Unlock the door.
I cannot enter.
Oh look, it's another one of these water puzzles. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel you, angry. I feel you. I also get annoyed when my internet refuses to cooperate with me.
It's locked, all right.
Okay. Clearly. Okay. That did something. Can I go through now?
It's
No.
locked.
Okay, this raises the thing. Hey Captain Rumia. Welcome to the stream, where I attempt to solve puzzles apparently. There we go. Well, it was a day, Captain Rumia. Well, I hope it gets better. I hope your day gets better, Captain Rumia. Okay. What else? You know, I'm here to just find a girl. Why is this so difficult? Oh. Oh shit, oh okay, where did they come from? I did not even see them at all. Oh shit. Oh, I hope both of your days get better. Angry and Captain Romeo. Okay. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Okay. Is it locked again? It's probably not. Okay. So this raises and lowers the water level. There we go. There we go. The water level is completely gone. Oh, there you go. There's the stairs. I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just hoping I'm actually getting close to this girl who I'm supposed to be finding, which is making it very difficult. No, no, you're not timed out for time. Have you been timed out? Oh, I guess probably the system probably automatically timed you out. Sorry, angry. Oh, there. Well, there she is, I guess. Oh shit, nope, nope, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Where am I anyway? I'm also interested to know. Where is this place? Whoa. Okay. Hi dude.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
Scotland
I
Yard?
don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke Doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Well,
I work for the Escalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Escalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
What are you investigating, exactly?
I currently have a few missing persons
there's
cases.
a weird audio skip.
Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been abducted by my mysterious maniac.
Tell me about Mr. Kimura.
I already saved him.
Kimura is a businessman who has been missing for a few days. He didn't go home, didn't go to work, didn't go back to his family.
Where was he last seen?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I followed a possible lead in the West End, but I found nothing.
Well, I found him
Tell me
already.
about Louise Teasdale.
She's a waitress. Her father reported her missing. We don't have enough men to search for her, sadly.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
No. But I feel she's been abducted. She went to a pub a few nights ago and vanished.
I hope both of your days get
I've fallen
better,
down the sewers, but
Captain Rumia and
I'm not
Angry.
equipped for such an investigation.
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Oops.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
I like to report your free red color.
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
Oh my god.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent
R.I.P.
and brutal,
angry.
sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group
Yeah,
of
well,
individuals
yeah, it's just
sharing the
small
same
streams like these are
violent
hard to
tendencies.
do this kind of things, I
Perhaps
guess.
a sadist cult.
I already killed that sadist cult. Alright, R.I.P. Sean Hampton, by the way. Rip Sean
Goodbye,
Hampton.
Detective
He did not
Inspector
deserve it.
Wright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Oh, I'm sure we will. So let me just go back down and save the girl because I totally just skipped her. There, see, look, I found her. I just casually ignored her for a bit.
How long are you gonna keep me locked?
Save the pernicious young woman by defeating her doctor.
Don't you know better?
Oh,
Disgusting asshole! Vampire or not, I'll never be alright!
oh, okay. I see how it is.
Let go, you bastard!
Oh, is he not? He's not taking damage.
How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Oh shit, I'm out of stamina.
Let go, you bastard!
Ow. I'm gonna shotgun you to death, I don't care.
Disgusting asshole!
Ow.
Vampire or not, I'll never be alright! Let me go, you bastard!
Your prey is mine now.
Recent diary. Let's read. I've just arrived in London after a grueling journey from Manchester. The city is sad and disparate. It will not be difficult to find a woman willing to escape death here. I cannot wait to start my research. Soon I won't be a virgin anymore. Oh boy. Oh boy. This vampire is a virgin? Oh boy. The cell is ready. All I must do now is to find the appropriate candidate and bring her in. She will be beautiful and gentle, with a nice temper. I have already tested my persuasion ability on a few women and it worked most of the time. I don't want my future bride to be submissive. I will only use my power to bring her here, then I'll tell her what I intend to do and I'll let her accept. This is important. yeah, I know, angry. I want my lady to willingly accept to become my wife for eternity. I think I have found the perfect match. Her name is Louise. She is a waitress in a public house and she is quite charming. I love her attitude when serving drink in that bar. Tough and proud. I am sure she will accept my offer. Once she is mine, once the vampire blood will have activated her metamorphosis, her face shall heal properly and her scars will disappear. Then she will be the perfect beauty. I'm the only one to see right now. I don't understand. Louise refuses my proposition. Why would she? I promised her I would never force her to anything. I may let her starve a little, then she'll understand I'm her only option. Yeah. Hope you have something nice for dinner. Captain Romeo. Yes, are you done crying? Good. Look at this ominous loading thing. It's always so awkward to see. I still can't get
Are
it.
you all right, miss?
There
Who are
we go.
you? What do you want from me?
My name is Jonathan Reid. I'm a doctor. What happened to you? Why are you here?
I'm Louise Teasdale. I was kidnapped a few weeks ago by a vampire. Don't laugh, please, sir. It's no joke.
I believe you, Miss Teasdale.
That monster told me my father was dead. That no one was waiting for me outside.
You're safe now. You don't have to worry about the vampire.
Because I killed him.
You should just return home.
Thank you, sir. I hope we'll meet again soon. Because I'd really like you to teach me how to get rid of these creatures.
Oh, she has a headache. Can I?
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale. And be careful.
Yep.
Until we meet
What a
again.
beautiful transition. And you have a headache. I can't cure you. That's annoying. Okay, let's go back up now. La, la, la. So I guess I actually had to go through that other cemetery which I didn't go, I mean not cemetery, the other sewers which I never really explored. Oh, all these new people I've not seen before.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reid? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Good to see you too, Carol.
See ya,
Are you
yeah.
all right?
See ya
Oh,
later,
yes.
angry.
I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Dr. Reid, I am glad.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
This sounds really suspicious.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
You took it?
No. Mum said he was weird.
Oh shit.
Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Well, for one, she's mute, and for another, she's probably
can you tell me
not
about
in a
the
good
epidemic?
Some
position.
of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then.
I like how she just keeps doing the hand thing,
Strong and good he was.
the hand
Do you
gesture.
ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Okay. Have a good night, Angry.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Don't mind me casually ransacking the
Dr.
place.
Reid, I am glad to see you again.
I cannot enter. Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
War changed
Really?
people.
Have I changed that much? It must have been the war
Yes,
and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reid, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Jonathan is a good
Tell me
dad.
more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Coughs.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reid.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
I smell something fishy.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price, especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reid. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Is this flirting? Is she flirting with him? I have no idea.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reid. Take all the time you need.
Oh, well, yeah, Captain Romeo, I understand. Take as much time as you need.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Hopefully, once the noise dies down, you can go off to do your stuff. Okay. Hi. Where do I?
Too many murders to investigate, but they will not be forgotten.
Eavesdropping time. I also
We
got
should be
the
far from town already. All right, but where would we
I
go?
got what? What?
Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange, and we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Agamon Baker. Okay. Oh, there's a hideout. Which pouch? Mm-hmm. Oh, never mind. These are all very stylish hideouts, just saying. These were all the, yep, all the samples. Yeah, feels good to have unlocked everything. Oh wait, it's the wrong direction, it's the other one. Whoa. Is he like downstairs? I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Okay, he's downstairs. Okay, this some sort of stepping stone puzzle.
Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials waiting in the future.
Okay, who are you, dude? Crime of lost knowledge. Vampires are dangerous, deadly, vicious. Sometimes this is fact and I won't deny it, and that's precisely why we must understand what they are, sometimes who they are, in order to achieve a better mutual understanding. Do you remember the interview with Titius Flavius Josephus, conducted by one of us in 1548 when he finally encountered the creature in Spain? Do you remember how each of the very carefully chosen words expressed by this vampire warmed our heart each time we read them, for they were all extraordinary windows to a past of which we have only glimpses? Well, Titius Flavius Josephus is no more, since the Vulcan's hunters destroyed him a few weeks ago, and with him vanishes unearthed treasures of knowledge about pillars of our civilization. This is a crime, probably as heartbreaking as the killing of an innocent life by a vampire. This is exactly why the path of the God of Pre-1 is as criminal as it is barren, for each time they successfully conduct one of their methodical hunts of the old vampires of England, instead of carefully and respectfully approaching them, they destroy a part of our common roots with the immortals. They wipe an opportunity. The concept of great hunt is a crime, for it blindly kills words and thoughts. From Drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usha Tawtry, Primate of St. Paul.
It's locked.
Oh, is he the primate?
Jonathan Reid.
Oh,
Last
he is the
meet.
primate.
The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They told me that you struggle hard not to take too many lives.
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
The walls of your prison have already been raised, Jonathan. But you will freely accept to be locked inside, full of hope for a better day.
I would rather not know. How do you...
I told you.
Is it...
Vampire...
Okay.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must
Yeah, you
warn
can use
that
emotes on
there are some
mobile.
subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars?
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupted.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Sure.
Here is the money.
The sorceress. A heart-shaped trap built to entangle a loved one. Mirrors on every wall to see her own reflection constantly.
Carol? Ooh, this is interesting. I get... Oh, I've unlocked everyone. That's cool. Carol and who? Often hurts her daughter by clumsiness. Oh boy. So I can like unlock hints with this guy. That's
Really
interesting.
don't know. I don't often go outside, and when I do, it's usually to quite distant
yesterday
destinations.
So you
we
see nothing in the stars for me?
Captain Romeo. Yesterday we basically explored a bit of the West End. I found the tier 3 medicines. I explored the West End. I did a bit of
For
story.
example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan.
Chosen.
I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle?
Yeah, just a
I'm
bit of
for
story.
most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan.
Well, I'm
Some
definitely going to
secrets
read
not
it.
meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Not now.
Perhaps later. How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
Okay, so recap. Yesterday, found the third tier 3 medicines, explored a bit of the West End, did 1 or 2 side quests, and then we did a bit of story. We encountered Doris Fletcher, who has been spreading the vampire epidemic across London, and then we fought her, we tried to talk to her, and then we Hannibal lectured her to death, and she just killed herself. And then McCullum appeared and was like, "Oh, we are going to meet one day, Jonathan." And Jonathan's like, "Okay, but first I'm going to get out of here. Goodbye." That's about what happened yesterday.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The Fool and the Empress. Again. What are the cards trying to tell us?
What is all these stepping stones? That's what I want to know. I assume I'll know eventually. Look, I think I might make this a longer stream today. We'll see. I'll see how I feel about it. Hey dudes. Wow, are they like twins?
There is something strange and incoherent about everything.
They're twins,
So much
aren't they?
violence around us, but still, I don't feel afraid.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just your name
The
sounds
audio
familiar.
is a bit
and your
weird.
face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker.
Pericles
Does
Baker.
that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad, and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic. or a war.
Men kill each other while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most. Do you?
Plagues and epidemics can be seen as an implacable force.
Man,
a
people are
curse,
scary.
But the ferocity of mankind worries me more, for we choose what we do.
Yes. At least nature is not aware of all the suffering she brings to us. At least that's what I am hoping.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
Sure.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
This guy is deep.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city as soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Interesting.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Okay, other dude, let's talk to you.
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker.
Agamemnon.
Like my brother, I think we
Agamemnon
need to leave
Baker.
this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
Weird.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me. you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer, exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. But the night is still young, and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
Oof.
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
If you finally manage to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left, and I just can't accept such a conclusion.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
There's a lot of talking.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Oh god, so many.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Deja vu?
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
Jonathan is like, I'm
Can you
done
tell
with this
me
shit.
about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you, waiting here all night.
That's quite true. But what other choice do we have? We are waiting here until we finally go.
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Pericles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
Man, these two people are weird. I am admitting it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
A complete mystery.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer around here.
Well, let's talk to you guys now.
Dr. Reid, I am glad.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood?
Oh boy.
This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patients.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reid? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours.
Oh man.
This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
What would they call it? Like what Godot saying, Ace Attorney.
Tell me,
The abuse
Carolyn,
of innocence.
do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
The guilt of not knowing anything.
I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this?
This guy was Sundaris? I don't know. This is a bit more than a
Before
Sundari.
cajoling her.
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful.
Is this like
No one
Yandere?
takes care of me.
I think it's more of a
need someone to
Yandere.
take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy. Not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
Yeah.
If no one stops you, you will kill her. You will keep on torturing her out of smothering love until she breaks or you hurt her too much.
How dare you? I carried Carol inside of me for 9 months. You men can't understand the bond between a mother and her child. I could kill for her.
She is a Yandere. It is a bit more than controlling, I think.
It's always a pleasure to have.
Let's just ignore the irony of what just happened. Carol, where are you? Can I kill your mom so that... Oh, she's downstairs. Carol, can I kill your mom so that you have a better life? Oh, it's nice at least I've unlocked everyone. Okay, let's do some side quests. Get out of my face! Now what can I get for? Yep, exactly. No, it's all the way here. In Whitechapel. Hearing that was creepy. Where is the space? Oh. Nope, nothing? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay, let's get that notebook. Oh, hi, Callaghan.
Who dis-
Here will give you faith again.
The other way.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Okay, this is a bit more complicated. How do I even go there?
Wet boots will be proud of me.
I'll go near the theater, I think. Definitely not this side. Definitely not this part of Whitechapel. Hi, Akane. Ooh. Probably an agent in the theater.
I will return at a more convenient time.
Oh, I can't go in there. So yes, at some point you progress the story a little. Okay. Okay, let me just Google Journey to the Past so that I don't get horribly lost. Journey to the Past. Okay. I guess we are sometimes always all dead to some degree. Okay. They said the gazebo at the northwest end of the park. Northwest here. Northwest end of the park. Cross the bridge east of it. Let me just find a gazebo first. This one, I assume. This is the northwest. No, this is the northeast. Northwest is the other end. That's the fountain. North, west. Okay, there we go. There's the gazebo. Then they say cross a bridge on the east, so it's this one, and immediately go left after you cross. Okay. Past the burning trash can. There's an indentation. What's it? Built up by a lamp behind some bushes. Oh, there it is. Ah, there we go. Aubrey Reid second letter. Reid mentioned 4th April 1908. My dear son, this is my second letter to you. If you find this one, it means you probably have shown the first part to your sister Mary and to my dear Emmeline. It is a good thing you don't keep to yourself what you discover, but I leave that for you to decide. Do you remember our long walks in this park? Your mother taught you your alphabet under these trees. I hid so many wonderful treasures for you and Mary in this park. We were both so clever, so brilliant. I've always known you both become great people. I've always been so proud of you. I was never able to conceal my pride when I was asked what you wanted to be. He'll be whatever he wants. Your mother was convinced you would be a great artist like her. You always like to read and write. I still keep your very first poem, like I keep Mary's first drawing. When you chose to follow medical studies, your mother was sagacious enough to cover her trepidations and her worries. Me, I was happy you did not become a dull banker like me. When you told us you wanted to pursue a career in medicine to improve life for all, without consideration of wealth, I knew we, as your parents, had taught you the most important lesson of all, to respect each and every soul for what they are and are not what they have. If you want to know more, all you have to do is remember which hospital you chose to apply for your first internship. I am, as your loving father, Aubrey Reid.
I had almost forgotten I applied for a position at Pembroke.
Oh.
It was so long ago.
For Edgar, I'm sure. Well, time to run all the way back to Pembroke. Should I stop by? I think I'll stop by the club. Just so I can get a bit of stuff, plot progress going. I don't know. I'll think of maybe. God, it's a long run all the way back. The long run back to Back to Pembroke. Oh shit, that's the wrong direction. I need to talk with Edgar though. I think maybe I might rest for the night as well. I might rest for the night at Pembroke as well. Just to use up my EXP and level up a bit more. Yeah, at least now it's just it's much more easier to access every part of the city. Since I've opened like open like the shortcuts and stuff, I think. And not cross. That's annoying. There we go.
It's
I'm
locked.
not responsible for everything bad that has happened.
Me back at Pembroke.
This city is more peaceful without the bombs, but no less dangerous.
The third is the box behind the divider as you enter the hospital via the back. Oops, there's the mark. Here? First floor room to the left near the base of the stairs. Where's this room? There it is. Aubrey Reid's third letter. Reid mentioned 4th April 1908. My dearest child, this is my last letter for you. I chose to hid it in the Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I had never seen you so upset. For days you did not say a word. This was the first time I realized the darkness you had in you, my son. A black stone embedded in your heart, hidden to all, which I sometimes saw in your sister too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what it meant to feel this gloomy mood. The dark side of the Reids. The reason why I must go now. Go now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable, and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with this Dr. Carell in Paris how to transfuse blood to save patients, already thinking about how to improve the method you helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reid, the dying banker surrounded by his friends and family, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I won't stand it. I don't accept it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you are destined to be. The great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me, knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son, because whoever you are destined to be, and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I have taken all necessary measures to protect you, my family, of any dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I'm about to be. I leave, for I love you, my pearls and jewels. I do it because I have this dark mood in me I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days, I'll go where I stood when you left us for France. There, I'll leave a last gift for you. There, I'll vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Jonathan. I wish you to be as happy as I've been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emily for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father, Aubrey.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon. About to be killed. Transformed.
Okay, let's go talk with Edgar. And then we'll rest for the night. Get all that EXP.
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skal, almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps, it reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skal he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. Called them Icors.
Icors.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit, then?
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think. Following a lead concerning your maker.
My maker?
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Okay, time to go rest for the night. Oh, and give the water to the plant. I found the water. I found the water to give to the plant. Rewatering the plant, guys. This is the most important thing.
Done.
Yeah. The plant is alive. The plant lives. Good double barrel. Ooh, 784, even more damage. Oops, wrong button. Even more damage. Longer reload time though, that's the thing. But whatever. Okay. Alright, let's raise. Okay. I need to improve my claws. Five stun, 2 blood gain. Should I add stun or blood? I think I want stun. There we go. I want more blood capacity. Oh god, it's getting so expensive. Okay. More healing. Max out my healing. Max out my healing ability. Let's see. 6,000 there. Increase my ultimate. There we go. Got 1,300 shadow. Okay. I'll go with this. The following night. Anybody? Nope. Still in the healthy. Oh god, it's just going down. Come on, I'm trying to not let that happen. 2 people. 3 people with the cold. Oh god, okay, we are at the age of stable now. He also has a cold. Healthy. And you should have the headache. And you go to the docks anyway, so that's fine. The dogs are like... The dogs are the worst. I screwed the dogs over so hard. Flower, are you okay now? Okay, let's go down to the docks.
ain't human. Kill it.
Time to watch them kill each other again.
Killing's all you deserve. That's gonna hurt.
Those humans are getting wrecked though.
Snap it, leech. Filthy piece of shit. Watch it. It's a killer.
They're getting so wrecked.
Eat this.
They're getting so wrecked.
Over there. There's one of them vermin.
Oh god, look at the damage.
Grenade.
And I'm sweeping to pick up the spoils.
Turn around. Get any weapons ready. We've found one.
Whoa.
Bloody leech! Murdering Boston! Better go home. This one's mine! I'll kill it! You're mine! It's one of them! It's down!
Ow.
Away with you!
Go away, cross dude.
We cannot leave anyone Fuck his boss! Beat spotted! Watch out, boys! It's done! Killing bastard!
Okay, who needs the thing again? Tom and okay.
For now, everything seems under control.
Okay, you too.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Do you need any help?
Can't be good for business to see the bartender cough in your beer.
Indeed. It would be a shame to taint the delicate taste.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Reid. My customers and I, we all thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as the
You're
sun.
still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Do you require medical assistance, Miss Cavendish?
Don't feel so good if you have to know. I knew that keeping the bar open with the epidemic wasn't a good idea.
Take this, it'll help. Perhaps you should think about closing the Turquoise Turtle for a while.
Tom always said we've got to keep the doors open. But thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Oh. There you go. All of them cured. Well, not all of them, but at least they are more cured now.
What a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just
Alright, time to go back to Southwark. I'll go back to where I go back to the beginning. I just feel like I can move faster now since like a lot of the short ways, the shorter pathways have been opened for me. Is that you, Dyson? Oh, they have killed you. Southwark. In here? No, that's not it. Oh, is that it? Oh, that is it. Where is this world in which vampires will seek you out when you're sick and just hand you prescription medication? Well, this world apparently. Oh, okay, I've done. I found the watch, which is nice. Expensive watch. An exquisite and finely crafted golden watch that belonged to Jonathan's father. Alright, we're done here. European healthcare. The heresy of the pure blood. I wonder if it's in the sewer that I didn't go to. I didn't go through. It'll be here, I think. Okay. Back to the hospital we go then. Yeah, don't trust a vampire doctor. But I guess sometimes trusting a vampire doctor will do you more good than harm. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Vampire politics, they're always portrayed as so tricky and you know, politically and stuff. And I have no better words. I have no other words I can use to describe.
This is despicable.
Whatever. You need the blood. I'm just giving it. Alright. Oh yeah, I need to give Rodney his medicine. Guess I should do that. The West Docks. I keep forgetting how to go down here. There it is. This way. Oh gosh. There we are. Rodney, where are you? There you are.
Good evening, Mr. Grader.
Are you sure nobody followed you here, Dr. Reid?
I'm very sure.
Do you need help, Mr. Grader?
Death by disease or by bullet? Do I really have to choose?
Well, I have nothing to stop the bullets, but this should make you feel better.
You have a strange sense of humor, Dr. Reid. But thanks anyway.
Goodbye, Mr. Grader. Take care.
I know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find you something.
Okay. I need to restock my cold medicine. we go. Why does this werewolf always come out after I get out of the hideout? That's what I want to know. Die. Killing bite. Okay, time to go to these sewers, to the other sewers. Oops. Okay, not this way. Oh, they're fighting there. Oh, it leads back to the docks. There's nowhere I want to be. It's you again. I do remember. Was it? Whether she was here or here? Might actually be here actually. Oh wait, is it here? Any mysterious sewer entrances here? No. Yeah, I think it's probably the other way. Here? Maybe? Nope, not here. I can come back here. Yeah, I think it might be near the cemetery. There's a lot of running around in this stream today.
Burn it! Burn it up! Ali! Ali! Oh my god!
Okay, are you done exploding? Good. Yeah, okay, there it is. Should be here. Yeah, I don't think I've been here before. Well, at least I don't think I actually fully explored this area. I don't really remember though.
Stupid beast! Fuck, it's fast! He's dead!
This is where I came from. This is all the sewer really has. This is where I came from, so... There it is.
Die, vermin! He's mine! Look at it! This is better! I'll kill you!
I think this is where I found one of the other braille texts the other time. Anything else here? Nope. It's just the exit. Because I have explored this entire area. They are among us. Okay, let me just Google that to see where it is. West End inside the building where you find Kimura. Okay. Back to West End we go then. Okay, so I came out here.
I cannot enter.
Gosh. Okay. Probably roundabout and then go head to the West End. Nope, not that. Oops. There we go. Who else needs treatment? Oh yes, Callaghan needs treatment. Ooh, that sounds really good, Captain Romeo. Chicken and potatoes. Chicken and potatoes is always a good combination for me. Louise and Callaghan. There's the Whitechapel. Yeah, so the next bridge. You think so? I guess maybe. I mean, I'm not an American, so I wouldn't know. Okay.
Did you hear me? See them fancy clothes? This one's a top. That's all you get. You'll pay for that.
Wow, that was fast. One hit KOs everywhere. Is Ashbury's house. I think Kimura was here? Well, he's here now.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reid, still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy, busy, busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reid. Well, I'll keep your warning in mind.
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
That's sad.
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within. not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reid, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
I mean, vegetables and potatoes and stuff, they're good.
There is no need to thank me. Rescuing a London citizen should not be out of the ordinary, but I'm afraid it may appear so in these difficult times.
You did not only rescue me, you fought for me. You put your life in danger to save me. That's quite extraordinary.
How will you cope if you're attacked again?
I don't know. I've heard about these men and women who patrol the West End every night, chasing criminals like my abductor. Maybe I should join them.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Yes. Astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Draco. My favorite constellation.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations, yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Maybe I should leave the city.
Women of all countries unite! Women die too in this war!
Good evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reid. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
Do you need my medical attention, miss?
I don't need your help specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
I have no doubt about it, but I'm offering you my help anyway.
All right then, but please leave me alone for now.
Why did your father feel guilty? He seemed so eager to welcome you back, as though he'd done something wrong.
Last time we saw each other, we had a terrible argument. I left the house and ended up in a pub. That's where the vampire met me. Dead drunk.
I see.
We argued a lot, me and Dad. But I always came home. I'm sure that's why he went to find me. He knew something bad had happened.
Your father never gave up on you. In the end, he risked everything to save the daughter he loved.
Yeah, that was my dad. Tough bastard, just like me. Even if I'd broken his leg, he would have gone looking for me.
What do you mean?
That last argument we had, it was more of a fight, actually. He slapped me and I kicked him hard in the balls.
Oof.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. that he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really? Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What? Well, I really can't answer that. Well, since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reid. I was just asking.
Oh, okay. This is the best part. This was the best part of the entire stream so far. Oh my gosh. That was the best part. I'm not even going to contest that.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No, it's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Yeah, go back up to the room, yeah.
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You were lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
It's a bit.
What can you tell me about this?
Complicated.
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
Yeah, it is. That's still really funny.
Goodbye,
She's like so blatant about it.
And be careful. Until we meet again.
Nobody takes him seriously.
Like so blatant, so like blatant, nonchalantly asking, and Jonathan's like, well, scientifically speaking, maybe. Like so flustered. It's hilarious.
Speak English, do ya? Leech spotted! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Alright. Welcome back. Whoa. Let's explode away from me. Okay, this is where Kimura was. So it's somewhere around here. West End. What's that building where you find Kimura on the table? There it is. The heresy of the pure blood. Pure blood, we know the expression. We heard it in the foul mouth of the heretics and the foreign barbarians. Use it sometimes ourselves, but do we really know what it means? A vampire born from an immortal belly. What a disgusting idea. How would such a creature find its place among the living? What would be its purpose? Ours is clear, gentlemen. Escalon is here to protect the Empire and all its citizens. We are the protectors and shepherds, even when sometimes sacrifice a sheep for our sustenance. Whoever will be found guilty of succumbing to the desire of breeding immortal child shall be eradicated. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Back to Clarence we go.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
These are the documents you wanted me to look for. I think I've gathered all the available occult research about vampires.
Oh, thank you, Johnny. Huh, that'll help me separate the myths from the facts.
I'm not sure you can consider this material factual, but it's yours now. What do you intend to do with it?
First, I'm going to show them to Venus. It'll open her eyes and make her understand the importance of my mission.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Okay, that's another side quest done. I can't exactly do that one, I think. Let's do this as well. Okay, Whitechapel, I think. Let's do the Braille side quest. Near the chapel. Is this his house? Seems to be. I think I'm missing like one more Braille text.
Shit, that leech is fast! Over there! There's one of them going!
Oh, one hit KO. That's nice. Man, I am on fire. Level is really high now, which is good.
Over there! There's one of them! Steady, boys! He's done for!
Ragdoll physics still makes me laugh every time.
It's locked, all right.
There it is.
More Braille.
Yeah.
I should bring this to Mason Swanborough.
Found all the Braille text. And now I can... Oh, Callaghan. Pass them to Mason. There we go. don't go anywhere. It's like a dead end. Yeah, it's a dead end.
Link spotted! Watch out! Die, vermin! You're feeble!
You were saying? You were saying, Mr. Vampire? I'm feeble? Well, I'm not the one who's dead. Alright. Long trek to Mason. At least we've done a lot of side quests.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reid? Please come in.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Me. Obviously.
It's locked, all right.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What can I do for you, Doctor?
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Here is another page of the formula for the cure for blindness.
Give it to me. Yes. Brilliant. I'm going to give you the location and the code you will need to find the cure, but you have to listen to me first.
Why? What is it?
If you find the proof that this treatment for blindness is real, I want to try it. Do you understand? No matter the risks.
Risks? What have you read in these pages that you're not telling me?
You already know what you need to know. I trust you, Dr. Reid. We share the same passion for science. Please bring back the formula.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Okay, so where's the laboratory? Oh, it's there. Okay. Oh. Alright, so the lab is that way.
Over there! There's one of them over there! one of them.
Walking to the cemetery again. Whoa. Alright. Is it this house?
It's locked.
Nope. Okay, well, it's got to be nearby. Here?
It's locked, all right.
No.
It's locked.
No. Oh, okay, it's time to Google this again. Let's see, Braille, side quest, Vampyr. Return. Oh, so I need to go through the sewers. Alright. Back to the sewers we go. Oh, there it is. At least that was a fast find. Oh no. It's a vampy vamp. Chemist diary. Now my recent research considering a possible cure for blindness have reached any successful state. I'm starting to worry since my vision has decreased more and more over the past months. I'm afraid I may go blind before finding any interesting lead. Maybe I should go back to the Brotherhood's library and ask our primate if he knows of any documents. I should read first, but I fear he might refuse to answer me. Soon I will be forced to take my notes in Braille to be sure to read them if my condition worsens. Blessed be Usher Talltree, and may the sacred stone protect him for many years to come. I talked to him last night and he kindly listed me 3 scrolls I could read. Good thing my Greek and Latin are not too rusty. I'm losing patience and time here. The precious texts listed by the primate have proved themselves almost totally useless. Alchemy and herbalist knowledge won't do me much good. For 3 days now I'm totally blind as soon as the evening comes. This can't happen. This won't be. A terrible idea has come to my mind. What do I use the regenerative power of vampire blood? I'll go back to the Brotherhood's secret library tonight and search for such information and material. With the influenza crisis, it should be easier to sneak in. I'm on to something. The eyes of the 2 last rats blinded seem to have retrieved sight after I injected them with a drop of vampire blood. They clearly could avoid my knife when I tested them, and the eyes had grown back, but they died the next day. I must find a way to improve the recipe. I've been unable to find more vampire blood. I think someone spotted my theft in the Brotherhood cabinet. When I asked Brother Swansea, who seems to be working on some research concerning vampire blood addiction, he refused to give me some fresh material. I'm going blind. It drives me mad. Blessed be the stole. It seems the number of ghouls has suddenly increased in London. It will not be too difficult to capture one and perform more precise experiments. I know exactly how to trap one in my laboratory. It works. Ghoul blood is less potent and permits a better dosage. Mixed with Usher Talltree's precious advice concerning alchemy and healing herb use, I shall be able to overcome fate. Tonight I will inject the serum directly into my weakening eyes. I can see dried powder of ghouls optic nerve plus essence of birchwood combined with equal part of Escalon Italium are the best mix when properly heated and used at the correct dilution. I'll make a braille copy of my notes in case the cure is only temporary. I'll kill the ghoul I have kept for all this time and pursue my research further. A nasty ghoul has bitten me. His eyes I gouged from my experiments had regrown too. Of course they did. I'm so stupid. The beast had time to observe me and prepare its plan. It attacked me when I approached to destroy it. Then it stole my braille notes and fled. I should have seen it coming. I can't just die like this. No, I won't die. I'm going to turn soon. Then I'll start again from scratch. I overcame fate once. I'll do it again. Oh. Well, that's a question and a half. Do I let him have this cure? It's really questionable cure. But it's not like he turned because of the solution. It's because the ghoul bit him. But I mean, as long as the ghoul doesn't bite him, he should be fine, right? That's the hope at least. Alright, let's pass it back to Mason. Let's press back to Mason and hope he doesn't turn himself into a skull. That's the only hope we have. Oh boy.
This is no place for you, sir.
Well, no place for me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And their sword is so strong, it just cuts through the tombstone. It's ragdoll physics.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reid? Please come in.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for you, Doctor?
I have found the secret laboratory, and I have the formula.
And the author of the diary, did you meet him?
Yes. He was badly disfigured. Nothing more than a beast. And I cannot guarantee it wasn't connected to his experiments.
I don't care. Give me the formula, Doctor.
Here it is. But please, be very careful. You're entering uncharted territories here.
This is what science has always been about, Dr. Reid. Thank you so much.
I can't say it's been a pleasure, but we're both scientists, and I am grateful you asked me to undertake this search for you.
I have something for you, then. It is the most precious thing I have to give. Even more important than the Swanborough secret recipe.
There is really no need for payment.
Please have it, Dr. Reid, I insist. I'm sure you'll find it more useful than I would.
Well, let's hope
Goodbye,
it doesn't
Mr.
cause a
I'll
disaster.
leave you now. What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Well, there's a lot of side quests cleared, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about all the side quests that I can do now. Not 100% sure.
I'll kill you!
Whoa. Okay. Now it's time to run all the way to the west end. Let me just double check, I guess, to see if I can progress. Okay. Yeah, it's on the way, more or less.
Your prey is mine now! You cannot win this! You're bleeding!
Most of them don't speak English.
You are blinded by your health.
Apparently you know the game you pay for peace of mind.
This city is doomed.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Not me.
Can I go in? Yes, I can.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Oh, it's all locked. Never mind.
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Never mind, we've got one.
This is probably ridiculous, but can I go in from the front entrance?
It's locked, all right.
Nope. Guess I can't do this quest then. Alright. Let's go finally do a little bit of plot before I end this stream. Oh, well, we'll see. Yeah, but I think I've cleared most of the side quests, which is good. Shit, wasn't there like a guy I needed to treat? Callaghan or whatever. He can die for all I care. I'll deal with him later. Next time.
Feels like we live an ordinary life.
Nobody takes them seriously.
Dabbling back in that vampire politic life. It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Escalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reid. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Oh yeah, there's this romance side plot thing.
I have a boat ready to go whenever I want. These hunters won't catch me.
We'll talk later, Jonathan.
Explore. You can ransack all the shelves. Oops. Ooh, key on Escalon Club's basement. You just casually steal that key. Can we ransack everything?
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example.
We repel the intruders for now. But how long before they return? Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city?
What?
What is this new malevolence?
Hello, sir.
Welcome back to the Escalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reid. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
What?
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Are you questioning my order?
I mean...
No. It's just...
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm ready to have another progeny after what happened with my sister.
The rebirth of Aloysius Dawson is a necessary step in our campaign to ensure the safety of London.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die, and he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reid. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Goodbye?
Understandably, you have questions. Very well, proceed.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Oh, okay. That's about it, I guess. Can I go to the basement first?
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I want yours.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
Yes.
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skals.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Oh boy. Oh, that's fun. No, let me just go back in. What is this basement entrance key thing? I want to know. There we go. Casually finds key, casually comes down. Can't do anything here. Oh, of the recreational use of blood. As Escalon members, we always tend to respect etiquette. We are in all ways members of the good society, sometimes recognized as public figures. We do not find our delight in orgies and bloodbaths like our adversaries assert we do. Any one of us were caught in such caricated and immoral act, he would receive the appropriate opprobrium. But what about the blood? What about its recreational use? How could we deny the ecstasy the vermilion ambrosia brings us? And with what else could we toast with, as any good fraternity should? To answer this delicate question, the law of conduct inside the club goes as follows. As long as the original mortal vessel is not brought inside our walls, each member is allowed to drink whatever he wants, for his own usage or to share it with friends. Drink what you want, deal the way you want with the original vessel, but never inside the club, unless I personally authorize it on some special occasion, of course. Okay. I suppose I might come back in here another time, who knows. Okay.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few vampires attending the club nights.
Man, the amount of people in here though. Okay. That's it for today. We definitely cleared pretty much majority of the side quests, I think, which is good, which is what I wanted to do, and I've done it. So hopefully from here on out it's mostly going to be just the plot stuff. There's going to be the plot stuff until the finale, which shouldn't be long, I think, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited now that I actually focus to plot. Yeah, I'm ending off now anyway, Captain Romeo, so it's fine. Yeah, so I think now my schedule should be back to normal. So noon on Saturday and Sunday. Back to noon and Saturday on Sunday now. Unless anything changes, in which case I'll probably let you guys know as always. But you know, otherwise there's my channel page. My channel page will be there with the event being up, so yes, keep an eye on it if you want to know, you don't have any updates. But yeah, good stream, like a bit of plot progress at the end there, but mostly cleared up all the side quests, which is what I wanted to do, like I said, and I've done it, so I'm really happy about that. Alright, so as usual, once again, thanks for coming over to hang out and chill. It's always cool to, I mean I keep repeating myself, but it's always cool to just experience it with you guys. And it's a bit of a sobering thought. I think that it's probably going to end like in a week or two. I might end it maybe next week even, who knows. Yeah, as always, thanks guys for coming by, and I'll see you next week with more Vampyr. Alright, bye guys, bye.